Hey folks, today is May the 6th. It's currently 6:11 in the afternoon. We're going to do our Promax Gold EA week number 12 with the trailing stop settings. If you guys recall, last week we earned 0.35%. The week before that we earned 0.73%, and the week before that we earned 1.61%. So definitely happy to see that we've been in the green over the past few weeks here. Let's go ahead and jump in and see how things went this week. All right, so equity curve is definitely angled up for the week. Let's go ahead and jump in and see how much profit we earned here. All right, so this week we earned 0.62% on our $8,000 account, and that is $53.64. And for the month of May, we're up 0.62%. We definitely have a ways to go before we start making some new highs here, but I believe in time we'll definitely get there. All right, let me come back here and let's go ahead and take a look at the news before we jump into the VPS. This was non-farm payroll week, but we'll start with Monday, ISM manufacturing PMI. On Tuesday, JOLTS job openings. On Wednesday, we have ADP non-farm employment change. Not much on Thursday. And then, of course, Friday, we have non-farm employment change. First Friday of every month. All right, let's go ahead and jump in to the VPS here. And what does this say? Promax Smart News upgrade to the, I'm not sure what that says, so I'm gonna have to look into that. It might be that there's a new version. What does that say? So that might be the smart news filter. Maybe there's a new smart news filter that's out. That's the only thing I can think of from that. But anyway, all right, let's go ahead now. As we can see, there's no trades open going into the weekend. And I will reach out to them and see what this is. Looks like error 5.02, or either it's version 5.02. I'm not sure what that's about. Count history. First day of the week was the 2nd. And all right, so we didn't close a whole lot of trades this week. We had 2 losses, but let's start up here at the top. And as we can see, started the week off strong with 3 winning trades, a nice size $22.50 win. Then we had a small $7.47 win, $10.80 win. What's this? A $19.35 loss. When was that? All right, so that closed out yesterday. And then a $36 win. It looks like that closed out as a group. This $36 win counteracted that $19.35 loss. So we didn't take a lot of trades this week. So hopefully next week we will get more trades. But I know the trailing stop doesn't tend to trade as often or close out as many trades as the original settings we were using here. All right, let's go ahead now and jump in and see how things are going with Alex's live account. That's right. All right, so Alex did minus 1.43% this week. And basically that's $1.65. And I'm trying to recall if last week he had quite a few trades in the negative, and some of those might have just closed out this week. And I remember last week he did have that really heavy loss here, as we can see right there. Okay, just double checking that was last week here. All right, let's go ahead. And I believe, I'm trying to recall what settings he was using. I believe he had his own settings, and the vendor, I think, made some changes to some settings or something like that. I don't think he was using Victor's settings here. All right, let's keep on floating through. Let's check out Khalid's account. And Khalid is doing the regular and also the trailing stop. All right, so this is the regular, and as we can see, 8.48% this week. A $3,000 profit. Up 8.48% for the month. Very nice indeed. And typically the trailing stop does less. All right, so trailing stop, 8.70%. I'm not sure if he might have decided to switch his settings up or what happened here. Like I said, typically the trailing stop does a bit less than what the original settings do. All right, let's check out 1010's account. All right, so this week minus 89.11%. I know 1010 was trading with increased risk on his account here. And let me see here, 89.12%. So it looks like that finally caught up with him. And he has several trades open right now. What's his account balance at present? All right, so the current account balance is $206.91. So yeah, you can get away with trading with that increased risk for some time, but eventually it oftentimes comes back and bites you in the tail, as we can see here. And unfortunately, it does often happen where accounts get blown that way when you trade with that increased risk. And let me see, I'm sure last week he closed April with 68.45%, closed March up 93.84%. Trying to see what he actually started his account with. So he started it with $1,000. He's already withdrawn $900. Okay, so he's still in profit overall, which is definitely a good thing to see here, because you don't ever want to see anybody blow up their account and, you know, lose their hard-earned money. So definitely happy to see that he withdrew a pretty large chunk of what he had in there. All right, let's go ahead now and take a look at how the vendor did this week. All right, here's the vendor's first account. I think this one he might have closed out. All right, so he deposited 1,000 and withdrew 1,600. So he took his profits on that one already. And I think this one is the one that's still ongoing. So he made 1.38%. So like I said, there are quite a few different settings floating around. So depending on which settings you're using, increased risk or just the regular account that Victor, the settings we got from Vic, or the trailing stop settings, those are in profit, and also the vendor's recommended settings tend to be in profit. All right, let us now come back over here. We're going to refresh this page and get the most recent updates from you guys here. All right. Hi, Larry. I tried the EA with a $200 account. I believe they recommend $1,000. All right. It is indeed, as they say on the vendor site, it needs 1,000 or else, if left alone, it blows the account. So yeah, definitely want to make sure you start with at least $1,000. And I'm trying to think of what the leverage was. I recall hearing, I think it was like 1 to 400 or 1 to 500 leverage is what they recommend as well. All right. At Khalid, on your MyFX book demo account, are you using Victor's original settings without the trailing stop? I'm using two demo accounts. The first one without trailing stop. The second account is with trailing stop. Okay, so that was 1 day ago. So it sounds like this second account just had a really good week. 8.7%. Very nice indeed. All right, the trailing stop feature in Promax does not reduce the risk. It just cuts short and reduces your profits. Some traders have had their accounts blown even with trailing stops. I don't use the trailing stop as I think that it is useless. I just manage the risk myself manually and close trades when my loss limit is reached. All right, yes, it's reduce only the profit. Okay, so that very interesting. So what we're going to look at doing going forward, I think, is maybe switching back. To be honest with you guys, I was really hoping we could have tested out 1010 settings, but it looks like that has run its course. I'm not sure if even 1010 is going to continue with that, so it's not such a bad thing that I wasn't able to get those settings from him and pass those on to other people. So let me know in the comment section, do you want me to continue testing, I guess, Vic's original settings with this, or do you want me to? I have a few other expert advisors that I definitely could introduce. So let me know. Do you guys want to see something completely new, different, not something from, what's the name of the company? Hold on one second. Okay, Senri Advice. Couldn't remember the name of the company, but yeah, Senri Advice. I know they have quite a few different products out. We have tested, let me see here, tested Promax from Senri Advice. We tested, what was the other one? Red Horse EA is also from Senri. Swing VIP is from Senri. So let me know in the comments. Do you guys want to see something completely different from a different vendor? Because I have been in talks with a few other people. So we can definitely look at bringing something new in if that's what you guys want to see. Or like I said, I can start continuing the test just with some different settings. So let me know what you guys want to see. Go back and start testing Vic's original settings, or bring on something new. Go to a completely new expert advisor from a different company and see how that does. I think that is going to be it for this week's update. If you guys have any questions whatsoever on the Promax Gold EA, another thing I want to say, it just popped into my head. When we stick to the vendor's recommended settings, the EA does seem to work as advertised. We did get into a situation where the expert advisor did take some hits, took some losses, but I definitely believe it will get to the point where it's making some new higher highs. Even with when we were taking a look at on the vendor's website just a moment ago. Let me pull that back up. Give me 1 second. Yeah, here it is. I just wanted to highlight that we're already getting close to, making some new higher highs here. And that's from a pretty hefty loss back here in March. And I believe that was from when the war started. And pretty much every expert advisor was taking hits at that point in time. So yeah, Promax, when done the way the vendor recommends it, even with Vic's settings, the people that were trading with his original settings, not the trailing stop, they're pretty much back in profit that I've seen and that I've heard from here. So yeah, the EA definitely does work here. So like I said, if you guys want to test it out for yourself, make sure you guys use the link below to help support the channel. And if you have any questions whatsoever, send them my way and I will try to find the answers for you. Hope you guys have a great weekend, and I'll see you on the next update. Take care.